Hello to all IndiaGlitz viewers. This is Amala and please watch Life is Beautiful. 20 years ago, I think I had had enough of a full-time career in films, and I think 50 films in a span of 7 years, even the best of us would get burnt out. So I think I was at a burnout phase, and I really felt I had enough of a professional actress heroine role, and I wanted to do something new, something different. I wanted to explore, you know, I was 18 when I started acting, so I wanted to explore other possibilities and other things. So the choice was very conscious, and it was planned. I think last year of my career, I had already started, I'd already stopped signing films. I was like finishing up all my roles, and one by one I was signing off. In each industry, Malayalam, Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, and there was a feeling of excitement. Okay, a new phase in my life is going to start. I didn't know what it was. All I knew was I was just so thrilled when I asked Nag, I don't have to get up and go to shooting tomorrow. He said, no, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And I think that freedom to explore something different. So that's kind of the way I left. And last 20 years I've really been doing that. I've been following my passion. I've been trying to live life for a bigger cause than just myself. And it's given me so much sense of satisfaction and achievement and purpose. I was at a conference of women leaders the other day, and one of them who's leading one of the leading companies in America, one of the oldest companies in America, and she was saying that every woman reaches a point in their life of, as they are leaders, to suddenly realize that they want to live life for a bigger cause than just themselves. And I think I discovered that it was so wonderful to stop thinking of yourself and your own small needs and worries and start doing, yeah. And I think that's what I've been doing the last 20 years. Shekhar very casually called me. I meet Shekhar at different occasions, more socially related occasions, because he also supports good causes. And I've met him at a few different places where he says, Amala, I really admire the work you do, and I respect that, and I would love to help if I can. And so when he called, I thought he was asking for some social cause. And so he said, you know, I have this really nice role, and the mother, and I thought he was joking first, and he was going to tell me really what he called me for. And I said, but Shekhar, you know, I'm not acting, and so, you know, let's talk about something else. And the conversation went like that, and literally for the next 3-4 months, every now and then he would call, and every now and then I'd brush it aside and say, no, I'm not acting. So, and then I think how he convinced me was, he said, just see the rush. So the segment where he'd shot with the children, he says, the mother's missing. I'm not able to cast a mother, and you'll suit the mother. And so when I saw the children and the way he had done the film, I think that finally said, okay, I think I can do this. I think I'd like it. It would be nice. And then I think finally what really caught me was just 7 days. It was nice. I was a little nervous, and we did a kind of a rehearsal. There were no cameras, nothing. There was just this rehearsal, and with the children we went through the scene, and he said, this is how I'd like it to do. And he let us do 5-10 rehearsals, and then just to get comfortable with each other. You have to understand people's timings, no? And then they also understood my language limitation, and I got the feel of the three of them, how they were their timings and all that. And while we were doing that, I realized they were also anxious, and so the mature person in me tried to reach out to help them feel comfortable, and like that I forgot my nervousness, and so by the time the camera came along, we were all ready. And yes, beautiful, isn't it? Mickey's done such a wonderful job. Part vinte, you feel like you just want to go on listening to them. Yeah. Amma part kuda chala sweet. It gives a lot of depth and feeling to the characters. No. I will let Nag's career be just as it is. I think I have enough of him in my life. I don't have to go and monopolize him in his profession. Exactly. I don't have any such desires to disturb him. But let's put it this way. I have great regard for the film industry and for what cinema has done for me in my life, and for what cinema has done for my family. I have so much of love, appreciation, respect, adoration, criticism as well from the audience to my family, that I feel so blessed, and at the same time I know it helps in the social causes that I work for. If I go to a community, they respect what I say, they trust me when I give my word, they believe that I am going to do what I say that I want to do. So it's given so much value. So I would never say, no, I don't want films. Yeah? But I also know that now I'm on a path where I've chosen something greater than my life. So it would have to match that. And I don't think the cinema is like waiting for Amala to come back. I don't have any such pretenses, that it just so happened that the role was perfect and the timing was perfect. And I had the mental space to say, okay, I can do this, 7 days I can do it, and it would definitely enhance the work I do. The fact that the role is a Telugu lady, she's a far more traditional lady than myself. I'm more contemporary, she's very traditional, but she has the inner strength of what the Telugu woman stands for, and even though she's lost her husband, she doesn't collapse. She's a single working mum. She brings up 3 kids on her own, and she does it with such grace and inner strength and such values, family values. She's always guiding her children, ala cheyakodu, ila cheyali, very gently, not nagging, so the whole, it gels with all the causes that I support and I work for. So it would have to gel like this. Yeah. That is something you must ask him. He's doing film studies at the moment, and he's in LA, and he still has a few years left to finish his studies. He's just 18 years old, so you've got to give him that time to be ready, and I'm sure he will tell you when. Definitely Pushpaka Vimanam was my biggest learning. Akhil Chaitanya Film School ki vellaru. Nakemo Pushpaka Vimanam naku film school laga anipichindi, because oka pakkam Singitam Srinivas Rao garu, oka pakkam emo Kamala Hassan garu, and it was a different sort of film. అందులో ఒక్కొక్క సీన్ డైలాగ్ లేదు కాదండి. సో స్క్రిప్ట్ ఇచ్చి మీరు స్క్రిప్ట్ చదవండి అని చెప్పడానికి కూడా లేదు. సో ఆ సీన్ తీయాలంటే ఇట్ హ్యాడ్ నీడెడ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ rehearsal and improvisation, and then everything was about the sound, and they were like one take separately for the sound. So ivanni, and if I was na close up తీసేటప్పుడు మామూలు షూటింగ్లో అందరు వెళ్ళి ఒక పక్కన కూర్చుని ఆర్టిస్ట్ మాత్రం ఉంటుంది. కానీ కమల్ సార్తో షూటింగ్ చేస్తే ఆయన కూర్చోరు, ఆయన అక్కడి నుంచి నిలబడి ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ ఇస్తారు. సో మా ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ మ్యాచ్ అవుతుంది. ఎక్కడో దూరంలో ఉన్నారంటే అక్కడ బాల్కనీలో సినిమా పుష్పక బలం, ఆ బాల్కనీ నుంచి ఈ బాల్కనీ మేమిద్దరు సైన్స్తో మాట్లాడు, ఆ బాల్కనీలో నిలబడి ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ ఇచ్చారు. నాకు he was standing on the balcony so that the distance expression kuda perfect ga ante it was really an acting school for me. I learned so much there. I'm always grateful to Kamalji. I always remind him, Kamalji, I learned so much in that film. And so for me, I remember that. Shiva I remember because Nagarjuna was one of the nicest producers I had ever worked with, and one of my favorite heroes to work with. Shiva was a wonderful shooting. It was a different type of film. I think different type of film you get different opportunity, to bring out what's good in you. I did some Malayalam films that were very good with director Fasil, and I did some Tamil films, Agni Nakshatram with Mani Ratnam. Yeah, I suppose the different types of films that I did that were path setters, trend setters. They were new genre at that time. Yeah, I remember those films. నేర్చుకోవడానికి సినిమాకి ఎవరు వెళ్ళట్లేదు, ఎంటర్టైన్మెంట్ కోసం వెళ్తున్నారు. సో మేబీ సటిల్లీ సే ఈ సినిమా లైఫ్ ఇస్ బ్యూటిఫుల్లో నా క్యారెక్టర్ వచ్చి ఈజ్ అ విడో, బట్ దానికి పెద్ద ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇవ్వలేదు సినిమాలో, సటిల్గా వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. సో అదే ఒక మెసేజ్ కాదండి, దట్ కెన్ మేక్ ఇట్, కెన్ స్టాండ్ ఆన్ అ ఫీట్, కెన్ బీ ఎంపవర్డ్, కెన్ బ్రింగ్ అప్ చిల్డ్రన్. సో ఇట్స్ అ వెరీ సటిల్ మెసేజ్. అలాంటి చేయవచ్చు, కానీ ఒక మెసేజ్ కోసం సినిమా తీస్తే ఎవరు చూడరో ఏమో, doubt. Such a beautiful film, so full of goodness, and I'm just so moved the way Nag has played Baba, Shirdi Sai Baba. I think it's one of the peak in his career, and I don't think he realizes how beautifully he's portrayed the role. I'm just so proud of him. My heart is full.